All right, hello, welcome back, everybody. PayPal and Patreon are down below if you want to support me. Only do so if you actually can. If you haven't noticed, silver prices have surged rather rapidly over the past few months, then increasing the speed in the past couple weeks and now days. As of the recording of this video, they are at about $53 per ounce. Nominally, at face value, looks like a record high, but it's not in actual value. If you adjust past prices for inflation, then the previous record high prices in 2011 would in 2025 dollars be more around 70 or 80. And the massive price spikes that we're seeing back around 1980 in current dollars would be up in the triple digits between 150 and 200. So, not in actual adjusted value breaking previous records yet, but it very well might get there. And this has been coming for quite some time, although even now, a decent part of the price movement upwards is not being driven by the actual silver supply deficit, as is the case with gold. A fair portion of it is being primarily driven by just investor panic or market panic. But in silver's case, some part of it has finally been acknowledged or been seen as the market acknowledging the massive silver supply deficit, as global silver output from mines worldwide peaked in 2015 and has gone down by around 10% since then, while silver demand kept growing and is still growing, especially with the explosion in demand for solar panels, as those use quite a bit of silver, but also the increasing demand for electronics as all the rising nations of the world continue to economically develop rapidly. Now, back around the early or mid 2010s, global silver inventories, excess silver held in storage around the world from previous surplus years, was around or a bit above 2 billion ounces. But since then, because of the ongoing year after year deficits, that has declined down to, by the end of this year, it will likely be around or maybe a bit above 800 million ounces. So that's about 60% of the global above ground inventory is gone by this point. And previously, despite the fact that down drawing was ongoing, silver prices had stubbornly held around a bit below or after 2020 a bit above $20 per ounce, not really moving upwards as they should have, as when you have a supply of something that is gradually doing this, then the price of that thing you would think would gradually do this if it were being, adjusted in real time. However, if the supply continues to go down like that and the price stubbornly hangs around a flat line for a while, eventually it's going to hit a wall where it's going to have to just jump upwards like this, which it is doing now. However, again, part of this upward movement is just coming from investor panic because of all the various things that are happening. But one way or another, silver has jumped past $50 per ounce, although higher prices will eventually spur increased mining activity and increased recovery operations. But there is a multi-year, and in the mining industry, usually decade plus lag with that between when those decisions by mining companies to actually go through with that get made and when those realities come about. So the deficit is going to continue, and the closer the remaining inventories go down to however close they may get to zero, obviously the further upward they would push that price. But then remember, there's also the whole investor panic angle, and that panic could just disappear into thin air tomorrow, which would, see prices collapse back down, not back down to $20 an ounce, mind you, because again, the market is finally acknowledging the massive supply deficit, but it would lose some of it. But for the moment, it has reached $53 per ounce, and that's where we're going to end this. So thank you everybody for sticking around and listening. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. PayPal and Patreon are down there if you want to support me. Only do so if you actually can. There's a link in the description to a Drive folder with all different kinds of graphs across all different kinds of subjects, oil and gas, energy, economics, everything. Those are all free to access for anybody at any time. Any financial support helps with the maintenance and upkeep of all that data as well. There's links to my photography, to my blue sky, and one in the top pinned comment to my cat's YouTube channel. May God bless and protect all of you, and I will see you all around next time.